Hi, I'm Molly Honia. I'm the Development and Communications Coordinator for Think Wild Central Oregon. And we're here in our Wildlife Rehabilitation Hospital and asking for some support for Giving Tuesday. So this is our intake room where members of the public can join us. They bring in injured and orphaned native wildlife, where we do an intake exam, figure out what kind of medical care that they need, and get them set for hopefully release back to the wild. So this is our native pollinator garden, and one of our featured patients for Giving Tuesday is our hummingbird. She was a juvenile hummingbird who was brought to us with a wing injury and needed practice foraging since she didn't have a parent to teach her how to do that. So we would collect flowers from our pollinator garden for her to practice foraging with, and then when it was time to release the hummingbird, she actually was released right here on site and was very aggressively chased out any competing hummingbirds for the remainder of the season here. So our pollinator garden also hosts quite a lot of native birds. We've had dark-eyed juncos fluttering through the garden all winter. So this is our waterfowl enclosure. We currently have a Tundra Swan patient who was rescued outside of Burns, Oregon in the town of Druzy a week ago after a snowstorm and an eclipse happened at the same time during migration. And so our Tundra Swan patient was one of the only survivors of a crash landing that happened. The whole flock crash landed, and some flew off, and the ones that crashed and injured themselves doing so, most of them had to be euthanized. But ODFW reached out to us because they had found one Tundra Swan who seemed like his injuries were recoverable. So he was brought here to Think Wild, where he's on just resting and getting enough food that he can be either ready to continue his migration if his recovery is on the shorter side, or he might actually be physically transported to his wintering site, depending on the length of his stay with Think Wild. But it's kind of a weird story and kind of a surprising way to end up with a patient, but we're pretty optimistic that he'll do okay and can be released again.
My name is Savannah. I am the wildlife technician here at Think Wild. Today we got to feed our eagle, our bald eagle that we have here, who will be a non-releasable animal, but we're hoping to place. So we feed her twice a day to kind of just get her used to human encounters, since she will be placed as an education or ambassador animal. So we feed her all kinds of things to give her some enrichment and variety in her diet. It ranges from rats to rabbits to quail. So she gets 250 grams a day, which is a lot of food. But you know, we love donations. We love any help we can to feed someone as big as she is. We also have a prairie falcon, which is our first prairie falcon patient, who will be able to be released soon. So we're promoting flight with her daily. So I did that today. We're just kind of letting her build up her muscle before she gets to go fly free again. All of these animals, you know, these are carnivorous birds, so they eat meat. Each rat is actually $3, so feeding one raptor a day, one rat, would be $3 a day. So when we have 5 raptors, or we have an eagle who eats 3 times the rats, we appreciate any donation to help us complete our goal. That way we can help as many patients as possible.